Hi everyone, it's Megan from Modern Genealogy. Today we're going to be talking about getting started with your family history. Now, one of the struggles with getting started with your family history is, first of all, knowing where to start. Second of all, knowing who to research. Now, when I wanted to get started doing family history, I was kind of stuck there. Everywhere I looked to read about how to get started doing your family history, it all started with gathering what you know from your relatives and putting them into a family tree and all of that. Well, like many of you, I already had a family tree. It had already been researched quite a bit due to FamilySearch and their one tree that everyone can contribute to. And so I was kind of stuck in this limbo of I was a beginner, but I already had a tree and it was very filled out and not knowing where to start. So what I did was I went to my closest brick wall ancestor, the one who we didn't know their parents. And I spent hours and hours and hours trying to do research when I really had no clue what I was doing. And I don't think I'm the only one that tries that you find the one that doesn't have their parents there and see if you can find their parents. Now, if you have a full family tree in FamilySearch, chances are you've had lots of relatives that have been looking for that same person that are more skilled than you. So you're probably not going to find much information there. So today I'm going to give you some ideas of how to find someone to start with researching. And I have 3 ways that you can find someone. So if you are like me and you have a full tree and lots of people have been doing research on it, or at least some people have, maybe your direct line ancestors have been pretty researched. And so a good clue and a good place to start researching is to research your ancestors' siblings. So I'm just going to show you that quickly here. So this is my family tree, and if I go back a couple generations, I'm just going to look at their children. And if you just click on them on the family tree view, you can see their children here. And if you just click on their names quick, you can have a quick view at how many sources there are. So see, he only has 1 source. We don't know when he died. Maybe he died as a child. We can go in and look at those sources and see what's there. But we can just kind of look through only 4 sources. Some of these could use some more research. This one is my direct line, so he has a few sources there. He has a bunch. So just kind of look through and see if there's one that, this one we have a death date and a birth date. So she lived quite long, only 1 source. Maybe she had maybe she had a spouse, maybe she had children. So that is a good way to start finding someone to research. Another thing as you are choosing these people to research is to not choose someone from a country that you're not familiar with. Like their language. You want to choose, if you're English speaking, choose someone that lived in the United States or Canada or England. And to also choose someone that lived relatively recently, like in the 1800s or later. If they were born mid-1800s, that's a good place to start. Okay, the second way to find someone to research is to look at record hints. So this is just on the FamilySearch homepage. On the right-hand side, they have this recommended tasks. And you can look at records. So these are people with record hints. If you click on the little blue box there, you can see what hints are available for that person. This was someone born in 1788. It might be a little tricky, a very common name in Wales. So I might not want to start with that one, but I would just scroll through this one, George Edwin Wilson, 1863 he was born. That might be a little bit easier to start with. So then you can just click through, you can click on their name and see what sources there are and get started there. The third place that you can find someone to research is Ordinances Ready. So I talked about that in another video, and you can just click on its, I would start with people with baptisms, so you don't have to reserve these, but this is just a way that you can find people who have their ordinances ready to go, but can maybe use some more research to get them a little more really ready. So you can view these people, you can view the relationship to them, or just click on their name. She has 11 sources, so maybe we don't want to start with her. She only has one. Okay, maybe we want to click on her and see what we can find out about her. All we have is a year and a state that she was born. So that could use some more research. So I know that was a quick overview of how to find someone to start researching, to start doing family history, but hopefully it was helpful for you. One thing that I suggest is to take it slow. So when you do find someone that you do want to start researching, don't just rush through it and try to get their names ready to take to the temple. Don't just try to rush and figure things out and answer all of life's questions about that person, their birth, marriage, or death. Take a pause, figure out how to research them, and get started doing that. It's going to take some time, and just be patient with it. Anyways, I hope this video was helpful for you. Like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos. Happy searching!